All right, so you know a lot of you out there are thinking about going back to school or maybe going for the first time and thinking about what to study. And one of the things that comes up a lot is business degrees.
Absolutely. A lot of folks are interested in those.
But it can be super overwhelming, right? Like you open up that college catalog and it's just page after page of all these different business degrees and you're like, where do I even start?
Yeah, it's a real jungle out there.
So that's what we're diving into today, helping you figure out how to choose the right business degree for you.
That's right. We're going to be your guides in this jungle.
And we're going to be drawing from this really insightful article by Tanasha Banda, who breaks down a ton of different business degrees, from the classics to some that honestly sound like they're straight out of science fiction.
Yeah, we'll make sense of it all for you, don't worry.
So think of this deep dive as your personal roadmap through all of those choices and hopefully towards a degree that actually fits you.
Exactly. And we want to make sure that you feel less overwhelmed by the end of this.
Okay, so let's paint a picture here. You're standing in front of this giant course catalog, rows and rows of business degrees.
So many options.
Where do we even begin?
I think a good way to think about it is like branches on a tree, right?
Okay.
You've got your core business degrees that are kind of like the trunk of the tree. You know, those are the foundational ones.
Solid ones, yeah.
Exactly. And then they branch out into all these different specialized areas like accounting or marketing.
Okay, so we're talking specializations.
Yeah. And then further out on the branches, there are these newer tech-driven degrees that are just starting to kind of blossom.
Oh, that's a really good visual. The business degree tree.
I like it.
Yeah, so let's start with those core degrees, right? Those are the roots of the tree.
The roots, yeah. Okay, so Banda mentions the BBA, the BBS, and the BMS.
Right.
Are those kind of like the all-rounders good for people who aren't really sure what they want to do yet and want to keep their options open?
Exactly. Yeah, think of them as your versatile degrees.
The ones that give you a good foundation. Yeah, the Bachelor of Business Administration or BBA, that's most popular one you'll see, and it's kind of like a sampler platter. You get a taste of everything. Management, marketing, finance, operations.
Oh, so you get a taste of all the different areas before you decide to specialize in something.
Exactly. And over 60% of CEOs with business degrees actually started with a BBA. So even though it's broad, it can still take you all the way to the top.
Wow, 60%. That's pretty impressive. All right, so BBA, we got that one down. What about BBS and BMS? Are they similar?
They are similar in that they provide that broad foundation, but there are some key differences. The Bachelor of Business Studies, or BBS, tends to focus more on the social sciences aspect of business. So you go deeper into things like economics, psychology, even sociology.
So if you're someone who likes to understand how business intersects with society and human behavior, BBS might be a good fit.
Absolutely. And then there's the Bachelor of Management Studies, or BMS, and as the name suggests, it's much more focused on the practical aspects of managing people and organizations.
So it's more hands-on learning how to actually lead teams and projects.
Exactly. And some BMS programs even include internships or real-world consulting projects as part of the curriculum.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm starting to see how each of these core degrees, while they all give you a broad base, they also have their own unique kind of flavor.
Yeah, they each have their own personality.
Yeah, so if someone's just starting out, wants to explore different areas of business, these core degrees would be a good place to start.
Absolutely. And they also offer you that flexibility to pivot later on, whether it's specializing in a particular area or even launching your own business.
Right, because those core business fundamentals, and I'm guessing that means things like, understanding financial statements, marketing principles, operations management, that stuff is transferable to pretty much any industry.
Exactly. It's like building that strong foundation for your business knowledge, and then you can add on to it as you go.
Okay, so we've covered the roots of our business degree tree now.
Yeah.
Let's start exploring those branches, the specialized degrees.
Sounds good. Let's climb up a bit.
Okay, so let's say you're someone who loves crunching numbers and sees themselves working in finance.
Right.
What kind of degree would be a good fit for them?
Well, in that case, a Bachelor of Accounting is often a great place to start.
Ah, accounting the language of business.
Exactly.
But what if I'm not just interested in crunching numbers, but also making strategic financial decisions for companies?
Then a Bachelor of Finance might be more up your alley. This degree gives you the tools to analyze financial markets, manage investments, and make those big picture decisions that impact a company's bottom line.
So it's like being a financial strategist, helping companies make smart decisions about their money.
Precisely, think of it this way. A Bachelor of Accounting might prepare you for a role as a CPA, making sure a company's books are in order, while a Bachelor of Finance could lead you to become a CFO guiding the overall financial direction of a company.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So if I'm good with numbers and I have a strategic mind, Bachelor of Finance could be a good option.
Absolutely, and just as a little bonus with a finance degree, you could be looking at starting salaries 10% higher than those with a general business degree.
A 10% bump right out of the gate. That's not too shabby.
Not at all. And then there are additional certifications like the CFA that can boost your earning potential even further down the line.
Okay. I'm definitely starting to see the value of specializing. So we've covered accounting and finance, but what if I'm more interested in the human side of business?
Well, if you're someone who enjoys working with people, building teams, and fostering a positive work environment, then a degree in human resources or HR could be a perfect fit.
HR, the people.
That's right.
But what kind of roles would a degree in HR actually prepare you for?
Well, in today's job market, HR is about a lot more than just hiring and firing. You could specialize in talent acquisition, becoming a recruiter who scouts out top talent for companies. Or you could focus on organizational development, helping companies create cultures where employees actually thrive.
So you're not just processing paperwork, you're actually like shaping the employee experience and helping companies attract and retain the best people. That sounds pretty impactful.
It absolutely is. And we can't forget about the growing importance of diversity and inclusion in the workplace, right? HR professionals are at the forefront of these initiatives, ensuring that companies create inclusive environments where everyone feels valued and respected.
Okay. I'm definitely seeing HR in a new light. Now, it's not just about rules and regulations. It's about creating a positive and equitable workplace.
Exactly. And with a degree in HR, you can be a real advocate for employees, making sure their voices are heard and their needs are met.
All right, so we've got the numbers-oriented folks covered with accounting and finance, and we've talked about the people-focused path of HR. What about those who are drawn to the creative side of business?
Well, for those who love branding, storytelling, and connecting with consumers on an emotional level, there's the ever-popular field of marketing.
Marketing, the art of persuasion, the science of understanding what makes people tick. What kind of specific roles would a marketing degree prepare you for?
Well, think about all the different ways companies connect with their customers these days. Social media websites, email marketing, content creation, influencer campaigns. A marketing degree can open doors to a wide range of roles in all of these areas.
It sounds like the world of marketing is constantly evolving with new platforms and technologies popping up all the time.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important for aspiring marketers to have a solid understanding of digital marketing principles and to be comfortable adapting to those new trends.
So if you're someone who thrives on creativity, loves staying ahead of the curve, and enjoys connecting with people through compelling content, a marketing degree could be a great fit.
Absolutely, and the job market for marketers is pretty hot right now, with digital marketing specialists being particularly in demand.
Okay, so marketing definitely a path with a lot of potential, but what about the people who make sure all those amazing products actually reach the customers? We've all heard about supply chain issues recently, so I'm guessing that field is pretty important these days.
You're absolutely right. Supply chain management is all about ensuring the smooth flow of goods and services from raw materials to the final product in the hands of the customer. And it's become even more critical in recent years as global events have disrupted supply chains and made it clear just how interconnected our world really is.
So it's not just about logistics and transportation. It's about understanding global markets, managing risk, and finding creative solutions when things inevitably go wrong.
Exactly. And with a degree in supply chain management, you could find yourself working in a wide range of industries, from manufacturing and retail to healthcare and technology.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground already, the core business degrees, and some popular specialized areas like accounting, finance, HR marketing, and supply chain management, feeling a little less overwhelmed out there.
I hope so. We're trying to give you a clear picture of what's out there.
But we're not done yet. There's one more branch of our business degree tree that we need to explore, the tech-driven degrees. And these are the ones that are really shaping the future of business.
Right. These degrees are all about understanding how technology is transforming the business landscape and giving you the skills to thrive in this new digital age.
So things like artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain, these are all becoming essential for businesses to stay competitive. And these degrees are preparing graduates to lead the way.
Exactly. And these tech-driven degrees often combine that traditional business knowledge with specialized technical skills, making graduates highly sought after by employers.
I'm seeing a theme here. No matter what area of business you're interested in, technology is playing an increasingly important role.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so crucial for aspiring business professionals to embrace technology and develop the skills to leverage it effectively. It's really fascinating to see how technology is kind of blurring the lines between those traditional business functions and creating these entirely new fields.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's like technology is just weaving itself into every aspect of business, right? Creating all these new opportunities, but also new challenges.
Exactly. And that's where these tech-driven degrees come in. They help you kind of navigate that new landscape and equip you with the skills to really thrive in it.
Okay, so let's unpack a few of these tech-driven degrees, starting with business information systems.
Right.
What exactly does that entail?
Well, think of business information systems, or BIS, as the bridge between business needs and technology solutions. So it's about understanding how businesses can use technology to improve their efficiency, streamline their processes, and make better decisions.
So it's kind of like being a translator, right? Speaking both the language of business and the language of technology.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. BIS professionals are often involved in things like analyzing business processes, designing and implementing software systems, managing data security, and making sure that those technology investments actually align with the company's goals.
Okay, it sounds like a really versatile role with a lot of potential for growth across different industries.
Absolutely. And one area where BIS professionals are particularly in demand right now is cybersecurity. With cyber attacks becoming increasingly sophisticated, companies are really scrambling to find experts who can protect their data and systems.
That makes a lot of sense. Cybersecurity is definitely a hot topic these days. So if you're someone who enjoys problem solving, has a knack for technology, and wants to play a really critical role in protecting businesses from those digital threats, a BIS degree with a focus on cybersecurity could be a great option.
It definitely could. Now let's move on to another tech-driven degree that's generating a lot of buzz: data analytics.
Data analytics, the field that's all about turning data into insights, right?
Exactly. And it's not just about collecting data. It's about understanding what that data is telling you, uncovering hidden patterns, and using those insights to make better business decisions.
So you need to be good with numbers, but you also need to be able to think critically and tell a story with the data.
Precisely. Data analysts are kind of like detectives, sifting through mountains of data to uncover those clues that can help companies solve problems, identify opportunities, and gain a competitive advantage.
And I imagine this field is relevant across pretty much every industry these days.
Absolutely. From marketing and sales to finance and operations, companies are using data analytics to optimize their performance, improve customer experiences, and make more informed decisions.
Speaking of customer experiences, that brings us to another tech-driven degree, e-commerce.
Right.
I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm curious to hear more about it.
Well, e-commerce is all about buying and selling goods and services online. But it's more than just setting up a website or an online store, right? It involves understanding online consumer behavior, creating seamless digital experiences, managing online payments and logistics, and constantly adapting to that evolving landscape of digital marketing.
So you need to be tech savvy, but you also need to have a strong understanding of marketing principles, customer service, even supply chain management.
Exactly. And with the rise of mobile commerce and social commerce, e-commerce professionals need to be able to create those engaging experiences across multiple platforms and devices.
It sounds like a fast-paced and constantly evolving field, which could be exciting for the right person.
Definitely. And as more and more businesses shift their operations online, the demand for those skilled e-commerce professionals is only going to grow.
Okay, so we've covered 3 key tech-driven degrees: business information systems, data analytics, and e-commerce. And I think it's clear that these degrees are not just about learning the latest technologies, but they're also about understanding how to apply those technologies in a business context to solve real-world problems and to create value.
Exactly. It's about bridging the gap between the technical and the practical. And that's where these degrees really shine.
Okay, so we've explored those core business degrees, we delved into some of those popular specialized areas, and we even ventured into the world of tech-driven degrees. But Banda's article also highlights some degrees that are specifically tailored to certain industries, right?
That's right. These degrees offer a really deep dive into the unique challenges and opportunities of specific industries, equipping graduates with specialized knowledge and skills.
Okay, so let's say I've always been fascinated by the world of real estate. Is there a degree for that?
Absolutely. A Bachelor of Real Estate Management could be a perfect fit. This degree goes beyond just buying and selling properties. It delves into the complexities of real estate development, financing, investment property management, and even urban planning.
So you would learn about things like market analysis, property valuation, zoning laws, construction management, and even sustainability in real estate.
Exactly. It's a really comprehensive program that prepares graduates for a wide range of careers in the real estate industry, from real estate brokerage and development to property management and investment.
And given the kind of volatility of the real estate market, having that specialized knowledge and understanding of market trends could be a real advantage.
It definitely could.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about an industry that's all about creating memorable experiences, tourism and hospitality.
The world of travel, hotels, resorts, cruises. Sign me up. What kind of degree would prepare me for a career in that industry?
Well, a Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management is a great option. This degree explores the really multifaceted world of tourism and hospitality, covering everything from destination management and marketing to hotel operations, event planning, and sustainable tourism practices.
So it's not just about checking people into hotels, it's about understanding that global tourism industry, creating those unique travel experiences, and managing the impact of tourism on local communities and the environment.
Exactly. And with the tourism industry constantly evolving, driven by new technologies, changing travel trends, and a growing focus on sustainability, graduates with this degree are well positioned to adapt and thrive in this dynamic field.
Okay, so we've got real estate and tourism covered. What about those who are drawn to the world of risk uncertainty and protecting people and businesses from the unexpected?
You're talking about the insurance industry.
Oh.
And for those who have a knack for assessing risk analyzing data and developing strategies to mitigate potential losses, a Bachelor of Insurance and Risk Management could be an excellent choice.
It sounds like a really crucial field, especially in today's world where we face so many different types of risks, from natural disasters to cyber attacks and global pandemics.
Absolutely. Insurance is all about understanding, managing, and mitigating risk. And a degree in this field will equip you with the knowledge and skills to analyze risk, develop insurance products, assess claims, and help businesses and individuals protect themselves from financial losses.
It sounds like a career that requires a really unique blend of analytical skills, attention to detail, and a strong understanding of the legal and regulatory framework of the insurance industry.
It definitely does. And with the increasing complexity of risks in our interconnected world, the demand for those skilled insurance professionals is definitely on the rise.
Okay, so we've explored quite a range of industry-specific degrees, from real estate and tourism to insurance. It's amazing to see how the world of business degrees has really expanded to cover so many different areas of interest.
It really has. And this diversity reflects the dynamism of the business world itself, constantly evolving and adapting to new challenges and opportunities.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the core business degrees to those specialized areas and even those industry-specific programs. It's clear that there's no shortage of options when it comes to choosing a business degree.
That's right. And that can be both exciting and overwhelming. But the key is to remember that choosing a degree is not just about picking a major, right? It's about finding a path that aligns with your passions, your strengths, and your vision for the future.
It's about asking yourself, what kind of impact do I want to make in the world? What problems do I want to solve? What kind of work will bring me fulfillment and allow me to use my talents to make a difference?
Those are great questions to reflect on. And as you explore the different degree options, don't be afraid to reach out to people who are already working in fields that you're interested in. Talk to them about their experiences, their career paths, and the advice they would give to someone starting out.
That's a great tip. Informational interviews can be so valuable in helping you gain that real-world perspective on different careers and industries.
Absolutely. And remember, choosing a degree is not a one-time decision. The business world is constantly evolving, and so are you. Be open to new possibilities. Embrace lifelong learning and never stop exploring your options.
I love that it's not about finding the perfect degree, it's about finding the perfect path for you, and that path might evolve over time as you grow and discover new passions.
Exactly, and that's what makes the journey so exciting.
All right, so I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, but before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier, the importance of adaptability and lifelong learning.
It's such a crucial message, especially in today's rapidly changing world.
What's hot today might be obsolete tomorrow, and new industries are emerging all the time. So while it's important to choose a degree that aligns with your current interests and goals, it's equally important to be prepared to adapt, to learn new skills, and to embrace the unknown.
I couldn't agree more. The most successful people are those who are able to pivot, to embrace new challenges, and to constantly update their skill sets.
It's not just about what you know, it's about your willingness to keep learning and growing.
Precisely. The world rewards those who are curious, adaptable, and eager to embrace the unknown.
So while we've explored all these different degrees and career paths, let's keep that in mind.
Absolutely. A degree is a stepping stone, a foundation upon which you can build a fulfilling and ever-evolving career.
And that journey of learning and growth should never end.
Well said. Yeah, it's not just about reaching a specific destination. It's about enjoying the journey and being open to where it might lead you.
I love that. And I think that's actually a perfect note to transition into our final thoughts on this whole business degree landscape.
Yeah.
We've covered so much from those foundational core degrees to specialized niches and even those industry specific options.
It really has been a whirlwind tour through the world of business education.
It has. And what really stands out to me is that while we've talked about all these specific degrees and potential career paths, what we're really trying to give you are the tools to think critically about your own future.
Exactly. This deep dive drawing on Tinashe Banda's article, it's like a framework for making your own informed decision.
Yeah, because the best business degree, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Definitely not.
It's about your strengths, your interests, and where you see yourself fitting into the world of business.
And remembering that world is constantly changing, so you got to be adaptable.
So, dear listener, if you're still feeling a bit lost in the sea of business degrees, that's totally okay.
Yeah, it's a process.
This process is about exploration and discovery.
For sure.
Think of it this way. You're not just choosing a degree, you're choosing a direction for your future. And that direction doesn't have to be set in stone. You might start down one path and then realize, oh, actually this other one calls to me more strongly. That's totally fine.
Yeah, that's part of the journey.
That's part of the journey, exactly. And the business world honestly needs people who can think critically, solve problems, and adapt to change, regardless of what their specific degree is called.
Couldn't agree more.
So as you're continuing your research, don't just focus on the job titles or the potential salaries. Think about the skills that each degree develops and how those skills kind of match up with your personal goals.
Yeah, don't be afraid to think outside those traditional boxes.
Mm-hmm.
The most innovative businesses, they're often created by people who challenge the status quo and bring those fresh perspectives.
Oh, I love that. That's so inspiring. So whether you're drawn to the analytical rigor of finance, or the human-centric world of HR, or the creative energy of marketing, or the cutting-edge tech landscape, remember that a business degree, it's a springboard. It's not a cage.
It's the starting point of your story, not the final chapter.
Beautifully put. And I think that's what makes this whole exploration so exciting. It's not just about finding the right degree. It's about finding the right path for you, a path that allows you to contribute your unique talents and make a real impact on the world.
And remember, as you kind of embark on that journey, we're here to support you.
We encourage you to check out the full article by Tinashe Banda. We'll link to it in the show notes. It's packed with even more detail about each degree and potential career paths.
Yeah. And of course, we're always here to dive deeper into any topic that sparks your curiosity. So keep those questions coming.
This has been such a fun and insightful deep dive into the world of business degrees. Big thanks to Tinashe Banda for the inspiration, and to you, dear listener, for joining us on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.